five-time world karate kickboxing champion, Anthony Elmore. This video is titled Memphis' First Independent Film, The Contemporary Gladiator, and Racist Historical Marker. You see, because of Memphis white supremacy and racist acts, I am not known as Memphis' first independent 35mm theatrical filmmaker. You see, a few years ago, the Wall Street Journal did a story about Memphis, and they described Memphis as a backward city with a plantation mentality. You see, Memphis operates on a plantation mentality. You see, on a plantation, they don't do things the way the world does things. You see, on a plantation, you see, white people, they are entitled to their own opinions, and they also are entitled to their own facts. You see, if you are white and you operate like you're on a plantation, then you make up your facts. This is what happened in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, I want you to look here at the pictures, at these two pictures. This is a picture of Shelby County Film Commissioner Lynn Sittler and our newly elected, that's in 2019, Shelby County historian Jim Rout III. Now, I want you to look at this picture. You see, in 2007, Lynn Sittler, our Memphis Shelby County Film Commissioner, and the Shelby County Historical Commission, they sponsored a historical marker. Now, this marker is located at the corner of G.E. Patterson and Main Street in downtown Memphis. Now, what I want you to notice about this place, now this is called the Arcade Restaurant, where this historical marker is located at. Now, even though it's located at the Arcade Restaurant, I want you to look at this Google map. On this Google map, this location is just a 4-minute walk to the National Civil Rights Museum, where Dr. Martin Luther King died of a brutal assassination, fighting racism, white supremacy in the city of Memphis. And what you have in Memphis, Tennessee, that actually makes it really look horrible that Dr. Martin Luther King died in 1968, and you have a historical marker that reflects white supremacy and racism. This is a historical marker. You see, Lynn Sittler, who is the Memphis Shelby County Film Commissioner and the Shelby County Historical Commission, they put up a historical marker in order to obscure, to hide, to steal, to appropriate the history of me, Anthony Elmore. You see, in 1987, I started production on the first independent 35mm theatrical film in Memphis film history, which I created the first film. Now, what Lynn Sittler and what the Shelby County Historical Commission did, they used tax dollars to put up a historical marker, and this historical marker obscures and hides the fact that it was right here in this very house in 1987 where we wrote, produced, directed, and starred in the first independent theatrical film in Memphis film history. You see, what they did, this marker reads, Modern Movie Making in Memphis. And it says, on the south corner, in 1988, the modern wave of Memphis movie making was born, in great measure through the efforts of Memphis and Shelby County Commissioner Lynn Sittler and Shelby County government official Alonzo Woods. You see, how is it that Lynn Sittler could use tax dollars and create her own black hero. There are people who died fighting discrimination, racism, who have made major accomplishments in Memphis, and they're not on the historical marker, but Lynn Sittler is able to choose her own Negro. Now, here it is. Look at Alonzo Woods. Here's a black man or a Negro taking a vow for doing his job. Because she created that, he gets a vow, he gets on the historical marker, and this white woman gets to choose a black hero when in our city of Memphis, there are people who are really deserved to be on the historical marker, but because she's white, because we operate on a plantation mentality, they are able to put and create a historical marker themselves. You see, what I want you to do is this. Just Google my name, Anthony Elmore in LA Times. Now, this is what comes up. It comes up. It says, films going into production, the contemporary Gladiator, November the 22nd, 1987, 12 a.m. Pacific time. You see, the contemporary Gladiator, shooting in Memphis, Anthony Elmore stars, directs, and produces a comedy drama about his own ascent to the pinnacles of the kickboxing world, unquote. You see, the marker reads, on this south corner in 1988, the modern wave of Memphis movie making was born. You see, there is an African proverb that reads, if lions were historians, hunters would no longer be heroes. You see, I have a proverb myself, and my quote is, where in Memphis there is white supremacy and racism, Memphis black history will be erased. You see, the fact of history is, as reported in the LA Times, November 22nd, 1987, at 12 a.m. Pacific time, films going into production. You see, before the white man, Jim Jarmusch, ever set foot at the arcade restaurant that sits on the corner of G.E. Patterson and Main Street, before he even set foot at that location to start filming, and he started filming on August the 4th, 1988, we started and finished and completed Memphis' first independent theatrical film in Memphis film history. In fact, I, Anthony Elmore, from this very location here in Black Orange Mound, we produced the first independent theatrical film in Memphis film history. And what you have here, for example, you have Jim Rout III. Now, he is our historian, but even though Jim Rout is our historian, and he is priding himself on being the youngest historian, but it seems to me that he gets the job as a historian because his father was once our Shelby County mayor. Now, he did not major in history, nor he majored in marketing, and he majored in theater. He has no background in history, yet he becomes a historian. And this is wrong in that we in Memphis have a 70% African American population. We have the majority African Americans in the county. And what I want you to see for Jim Rout III, and perhaps I am wrong, but I want you to hear the first statement that he made, and it sounds to me like Jim Rout III issued a dog whistle where he says Memphis is, Shelby County is more than Memphis. It sounds like to me that Jim Rout is sending a message to white people that says even though Memphis has or Shelby County has an African American mayor, we are more, and he's going to do the job of protecting white status, protecting the white history, protecting the white traditions. That's why Jim Rout is not interested in telling the fact that Anthony Elmore in Shelby County produced the first independent film in Shelby County film history. Not only that, our 1988 Memphis Film is the first kickboxing film in world history. And even though you're the first kickboxing film in world history, under people like Jim Rout, who is the Shelby County historian, he would not acknowledge it, even though the time that he got elected or selected as our Shelby County historian in 2019 during our 200th bicentennial celebration, it was me, Anthony Elmore, who wrote, produced, edited, narrated the first film in the history of Memphis about Black history. It's called 200 Years of Black Memphis History. Not only did we do a video that you can see on YouTube, you can Google 200 Years of Black Memphis History and you can see our website where we teach Black history, whereas Jimmy Rout does not have any background, but Jimmy Rout would not even acknowledge the first film made on Black Memphis history or all the lectures that we have done on Black history.
My name is Jimmy Rout. I'm the new Shelby County historian. And we want people to know that Shelby County is more than just Memphis. And let people know the crown jewel, to be sure, is Memphis. But we have all great 6 other municipalities in this community that all make the crown jewel sparkle even greater. Shelby County is more than just Memphis.
But yet he gets to be a historian because what? He's white, and as they used to say, white is right. Anyway, let's bring this to a conclusion. What you have in Memphis, Tennessee, and what you have at the corner of G.E. Patterson and Main Street, you have a racist historical marker where Lynn Sittler and the Shelby County Historical Commission put up a historical marker to obscure the history that a Black man, Anthony Elmore, is Memphis' first independent theatrical filmmaker.